Welcome to another episode of the microprocessors course. In this episode, I will teach you the minimum mode 8086 system. What is a system? A system comprises of different types of components, right? Here, the 8086, around the 8086, we may connect 8286, and of course, we have a 8282 latch and a 8286 trans receiver. Along with that, now we are introducing memory devices like EPROM and RAM, as well as the input-output devices. Of course, we may have a separate circuitry of the decoder also. That's why we call it as a system, right? This minimum mode 8086 system, we considered the memory devices and IO devices are the additional devices now. That is the basic difference between the 8086 minimum mode configuration and the 8086 system, right? Now, when it comes to the memory part, the memory will be divided into two banks. One is even bank and second one is odd bank. The D8 to D15, this is the D8 to D15 is connected to the trans receivers, as well as D8 to D15 is connected to the trans receivers, particularly for the odd banks. So, for odd banks, higher byte of the data connected to the trans receivers, as well as the lower byte D0 to D7 is get connected to the even banks, two trans receivers, the same trans receivers, and D0 to D15 is also connected to the trans receivers, which is nothing but an IO device, right? So to transfer the data either for the lower byte and higher byte, obviously connected to the trans receivers, but we may separate it for our convenience and to read either as a odd bank and a even bank for EPROM as well as the RAM and IO devices. That's it. Now the RD bar is connected to the OE bar, output enable. So this RD bar is connected to the memory devices of the OE bar. So every EPROM as well as the RAM and IO devices has got the OE bar signal. This OE bar is connected to the RD bar, as well as the WR bar is connected to the WR bar of the RAM. So in the RAM only we have a WR bar. That WR bar is connected to the RAM devices. So this WR bar is connected to the RAM devices. So the RAM devices WR bar is going to be connected, and two decoders are used to generate the chip select signals for memory and IO devices. We need a decoder to generate some sort of chip select signals to interface the memory and IO devices. We already know that to select the even bank or odd bank, we need two types of signals. One is BHE bar and A0 signals. So to generate the chip select signals for the odd bank, we have to OR with the BHE bar. So the OR gate will be look like this. We have a one input is connected to the BHE bar and another is connected to the A0 signal. So if I want to provide a chip signal for accessing the odd bank, we need to OR with the BHE bar signal, as well as if I want to access the even bank, logically OR with the A0 signals to generate the chip select signals. This is the basic phenomena happened in the decoder circuit. As well as for generating the chip select signals for IO devices, we have a separate decoder whose output is enabled when the M by O bar is equal to 0. So whenever the M by O bar is equal to 0, for accessing the IO devices, a separate decoder is going to be run in the separate way. So as usual, in the IO devices also, RD bar is connected to the RD bar of the signal, as well as WR bar is connected to the WR bar of the microprocessor. So WR bar is connected to the WR bar and RD bar is connected to the RD bar, as well as the D0 to D15 also get connected to the trans receivers IC. This is the basic 8086 minimum mode system. In the next class, we will discuss about the timing diagram of the minimum mode configuration. I hope you understand something in the minimum mode 8086 system. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will get notifications whenever we upload a new video. If you have any doubts regarding this 8086 system, please be comment in the comment section. I will respond as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye. See you again.